Hello there. Hey, I thought I'd take just a minute and talk about domains and what we mean when we say a domain. So with that, let's just pop on over to a website here. So, do that again. All right. So when you go to a website, it has this domain. This is Google.com is an example of a domain. And anytime you want to click into a website, it's so much easier if you know the name of this. So, for example, ebay.com, right? Easy enough to go there. Amazon, so forth. So that's what a domain is. It's a easy to read, easy to understand URL or internet address that you can go to. So we talked about what a domain is and how to set up a domain. Well, in order to set up a domain, you must first purchase a domain. And there are a number of places that you can get a domain. Here are a couple that I recommend. Let's go back over to our website here. GoDaddy is a popular one. I have several domains through GoDaddy. The one that I found to be the most affordable is One and One. I'll give you a really good deal here at One and One. You can just come here, click on domain names, and what you can do, as you can imagine, there are lots of popular domain names and lots of popular keywords, I guess is what you might want to say. So, for example, if you're going to select a domain, you want to select a domain that is easy to remember and that represents whatever your website is about. So, for example, um, if we come here to domain name registration, you can enter a keyword. So if you're going to create websites, you may just want to see what createwebsites.com. Let's see if tell you if there's one available. Not available. And what they'll often do is they'll give you other options, like, well, they have a createwebsites.info. I would not go for .info. I would always go for .com. And so they'll give you some createwebsites.com that's available. A lot of times at one-on-one, they'll give you the first year for $1, and then after that, it's either $10 or $15. Okay, so that's what that's about. And a lot of times, it's not a bad idea to find a domain name that gets a lot of and use a keyword that gets a lot of traffic. And what I mean here, for example, if you go out to the Google, let's see, keyword planner tool. This is from Google. You have to sign up for it. Oh, no, you can just sign in. Here, I'll be right back. So here's an example keyword planner, and you can search for a new keyword. And here you might say create websites. You just see what kind of what searches they get, kind of ideas. So over here, it's going to tell you how often someone's searching on this keyword. So create websites, and then they've got how to create a website. I mean, that gets from 10 up to 100,000 searches per month. How to make a website. So if you were to come back here and say, well, what if I wanted to use how to make a website? Now, it's very unlikely that this would be available. It's because this is what people do. They will come and purchase these domain names, how to make a website. So we don't want spaces in there. Let's give you an example here. All right. And like I say, it's not available, but it does give you some other options, and sometimes some of the other options, the howtomakeawebsite.com, the howtomakeawebsite.com, the myhowtomakeawebsite.com, and those could work because if you still have this, the keyword in the URL in the domain name, that still gives a little bit of love from Google when someone goes and does a Google search on this. So when this says how to make a website, what that means is that out on Google, up to 100,000 times a month, someone comes in here and types how to make a website. Just out of curiosity, let's see what comes up. So there's some ads here, a lot of ads. And then it looks like the top website is how to make a website step-by-step guide for beginners. Of course, you would want this to be your website. So, by creating a website and using a domain that has that type of a keyword will really help you get there. So I would suggest that you use 1&1 to purchase your domains. I wouldn't use them for web hosting. I'd use HostGator. So I went through a couple of examples: GoDaddy, 1&1, and I want to show you just one last example here. My own website that I've created here, just to give you kind of an example. So for this book that you're most likely reading here, I created one. Where was it? So there it is, createawebsitebusiness.com.
Hello there. Hey, thanks for dropping by.
Here is my main web page, and I've got this little opt-in form. And if we come back to create a website business, I think it's create a website was the keyword that I was working with. So that's what I had done. Create a website. Now, create a website was already taken, so I wanted to find one that was available, and that's where I added business on the end. Come back here to Keyword Planner. We can see create a website. Just get a sense of, because I want someone who's searching on how to create a website to find my book, right? So there it is, create a website. I mean, it gets up to 100,000. So that's how I came up with my domain name, create a website, and I added business on the end. I came and did a keyword search to find out what kind of URL or what keyword might have a lot of traffic that would be a good domain name. Then I came to 1&1 and did a domain name search, and then I added business on the end, and that's how I came up with a domain name for this book. And you can do the same for your business. You may want to call it Ben's Create a Website, or Ben's Create a Website Business. And just check the different domains and try different permutations, different options until you find one that gets good volume here. And you can go out to just type in the keyword tool, and this will come up on Google, and you can go and do some of your own research and investigation. So hopefully that gives you a little bit of an overview of what a domain name is, how to get one, and what I recommend. Thanks so much. Bye.